Think about this for a moment. In a frozen land where survival depends on staying together, a group moves in perfect order toward the ocean. This path is familiar. It leads to food. It leads to safety. It leads to another day of life. And then something strange happens. One penguin stops, not because it is lost, not because it is weak, but because something inside it refuses to continue. While the rest of the group walks toward the sea, this one turns around and begins walking toward the mountains, a direction with no food for dozens of kilometers, no shelter, no logical reason to go there. To anyone watching, this looks like madness. Experts later said that even if you pick this penguin up and place it back with the group, it will turn around again and walk toward the mountains. Again and again. That is what makes this story unsettling. Because this is not confusion. This is conviction. At first, people laughed. They called it deranged, broken, defective. But here is the uncomfortable truth. This penguin was not escaping death. It was escaping a life that no longer felt real. There is a moment every human reaches, though most are afraid to admit it. A moment when you realize that following the path laid out for you is keeping you alive, but slowly killing something inside you. You did what was expected. You followed the rules. You stayed in line. And yet, you feel empty. This emptiness has a name. Philosophers described it centuries ago. It is the hollowness that comes from living a life chosen by others. Most people silence this feeling. They stay busy. They stay distracted. They tell themselves this is just how life is. But some don't. Some stop. And stopping is dangerous because once you stop, you cannot unsee the truth. Notice something important about that penguin. It does not argue. It does not explain. It does not look back. When humans stand in its way, it simply walks around them and keeps moving. This is what absolute clarity looks like from the outside. Cold, unemotional, even cruel. But clarity does not need permission. The moment you truly decide something, you stop asking others to understand. Silence becomes your shield. Movement becomes your language. There is another layer to this story that most people miss. That penguin likely knew it would not survive, but it also knew something else. Walking toward the ocean would not make it immortal either, so it chose meaning over safety. Ancient warriors trained their minds to accept death daily, not because they wanted to die, but because freedom begins when fear ends. When you accept that the end is inevitable, you stop negotiating with people who are not living your life. That penguin never reached the mountains, but years later, millions of people still talk about it. Because survival is common. Obedience is common. But the courage to walk away is rare. This story is not about a penguin. It is about the moment you realize the crowd is loud, but it is not always right. The crowd will survive. But only those who walk their own path ever truly live. So ask yourself honestly, when your moment comes, will you keep walking because everyone else is walking? Or will you have the courage to turn around? If this story stayed with you, like the video and subscribe for more like this.